From Canada, where if you're getting deja vu, it means you were watching earlier. It's Ed the Sock List.
There's something wrong with your mic tonight.
Something wrong with my mic?
Yeah.
Oh, delightful. Okay.
I'm hearing
Apparently it was
you
in and
take
out.
hits in this speaker.
There was some clipping on the...
Oh.
Somebody's saying it's like a loosened cable or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good. I'm glad people...
Your,
Thank you very much. Yeah, the Geek Squad's diagnosing from home.
your microphone is cutting out.
All right. Well, probably a short. All right. Is that what the person at home was saying?
No, but I can hear it taking hits on this speaker.
Yeah. Well, I was actually just being a smartass to the person at home. Okay. All right. Thank you for offering your completely unbidden advice, people at home. We're glad to have you here on the chat. Stay with it. We got Max is monitoring the chat as well. We got Anthony and Giada. Anthony, who just had cataract surgery, apparently. He's 73.
Yeah, I just came from the optometrist, actually.
He's the blues brother.
No, he's no blues brother. There was only 2 blues brothers, and if you really need to challenge that, see Blues Brothers 2000.
I don't have my own vodka, so I can't qualify.
No, but you like to drink other people's. Okay.
Fine.
So welcome to everybody here on the show. Tonight we're going to talk about a bunch of things, but the big thing is I'm going to be talking to Aaron Ashmore from the sci-fi series Killjoys. Okay, he's not going to be actually here, but Leanna and I went on set and did interviews with members of the cast of Killjoys, so I'll be running that a little bit later. And everybody here is eating. Everybody, they're hiding their burgers.
You mean Nick? By everyone?
Nick is, look at
By
Nick.
everyone.
Yeah,
means
Nick,
me.
digging in. Everybody else finished. Nick is digging in.
I was working hard.
Yeah, well, Nick was working.
He was on his phone, really.
Oh!
You just lost all.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
What happened there?
I think the only mic that's on is yours, Ed. So.
Oh, because Nick's eating. Because Nick's busy eating. He can't turn on any mics, apparently.
Everything else here is working fine.
Everything's working fine?
Yeah.
All right.
Should be.
Chat.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, all right. Can the chat hear anybody else?
What is he eating?
People want to know what he's eating.
People are saying the audio's bad.
What's going on with the audio, everybody?
Whose audio is bad now?
Various
know.
people. If it was one person, it would be one thing, but it seems to be more than one person. So I don't know if it's us or Facebook or what.
So across the board, people are having trouble hearing it.
Yeah, it's peaking, and so it's cutting out.
Oh, peaking and clipping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, the whole show today we're going to whisper.
Maybe we should whisper.
Yeah, we're going to whisper the rest of the night. Hi, everybody. Look at how Nick's checking audio with his
Sounds
phone.
like everybody's working just fine.
Really?
On this, yeah.
The phone seems to be...
Wait, but I was whispering. How can you tell?
It's got to come
Yeah,
down.
I think when we're loud.
Everybody's...
Right. I guess when everybody went, oh, that would have fucked
That
it
may
up.
have pushed the monitor.
No, you're peaking, and so it was happening on your other mic too.
I think I peaked a long time ago.
Zing.
All right.
Wah, wah, wah.
Look at that. Giada's from Italy, and she still knows the sad trombone.
That's right.
All right.
We have
As long
sad
as it's not the
trombones in
rusty
Italy.
More of a
trombone.
cloud.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
No rest here, Nick.
No comment. No comment.
It's not fair. She probably doesn't even know what you're talking about. And
I'm just assuming it's something dirty from
yes.
Nick.
Oh, yes.
It's very rusty.
I mean, look
Yeah.
at it.
Here's the thing.
It's not something you'd major in.
It's not actually.
Yeah.
It's not actually rust.
It's more of a...
Yeah. It's
This week I'm on fire.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to go there after what we're just talking about.
All right.
No, don't say anything, Nick.
Because if so, you should get.
I'm just going to enjoy my delicious burger from Dundas and Carla. I bet you'll never guess where it's from, but
Is it from the restaurant that's called Dundas and Carla?
yeah.
The next door.
At Dundas and Carla?
Corner of
Yeah.
Young and Eglinton.
All right. All right. So the thing about everybody having eaten just before we started is that it's like what Leanna calls what do you call it? The fart zone on the airplanes?
The hour of fart.
The hour of fart. After people get their meals on the airplanes, it just smells like fart for an hour on the plane. Like everyone's just letting it out. So
At the end of this show, it's going to smell like we played meat bingo in here.
Crop dusting.
I'm more concerned that it's going to smell like that in 5 minutes.
Perhaps we should explain why we're here, as if we're doing a very high-tech board meeting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's because the furniture changed here, and
Yeah, the elves changed it. No, the people who are giving us the space rearranged things.
yeah, and so
We don't like heavy lifting around here. We just kind of want to do
are all the cameras working?
Yeah, but there's been no reason to go to anybody else yet.
Well, you're talking now.
Well, everybody's eating, and I had the first photo teed up.
No, it's just
in
me now.
case. So here's me. Wait, what? Oh, I've still got the thing.
Slow dissolve.
Oh,
Slow
nice.
That was
Yeah,
magical.
we're doing a French sad movie.
Very
And
nice.
then,
An independent
okay,
film.
Ed's back. But here's
looking at
the
jealous,
shot. That
Yeah, Leanna's a little bit overlit today.
yeah, nobody better complain about this because we had to completely redo everything this week, and I do mean everything. So the chat shot looks like a photo lineup at a police station.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Gianna
would be
still
a-
looks great.
That would be a bad
I
lineup.
look a bit shiny, but
Little shiny.
That would be a bad lineup because you're usually supposed to get people who look somewhat alike, and one of those things is not like the others.
One's wearing glasses, right? That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Lonnie, you can't miss anything on Lonnie. All right, so the big news this week was CBC finally announcing that there's a replacement for Peter Mansbridge. In fact, they've announced
Fantastic.
four people will be replacing Peter Mansbridge. We take a look at that shot.
Was there white smoke billowing out of the top of CBC?
There's always white smoke billowing out of the top of CBC.
That's a Vatican reference, isn't it?
Where they're burning tax money.
That's right.
Photo?
Photo. There you go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
Wow.
those are the four. It looks a bit like a cast from a CW show.
Young
Or
and the
an
Restless.
Ultron reunion.
Yeah, I should know all their
girlfriend is on.
names.
How
Power
many
Rangers.
editors got
Christy.
fired, so they
But
got 4 hosts.
I only, it's not how many editors got fired, it's
Your
how much
girlfriend
was
is on.
Mansbridge making that his
Yes,
salary
right.
can afford
Yeah.
to pay 4 people.
It kind of looks like a cross-section of Markham.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
2 soccer moms, an Asian guy, and a brown dude.
That's
Okay,
right.
so I only know the guy in the end is Ian Hannah-Mansing.
Which means everyone else is remarkably short, because Ian is, like, really short.
Most people in
Most
TV
people
are
in
short.
TV are.
It's a diminutive
All right.
force.
So now the last time someone with man in their name was replaced by 4 different people, it was this. There you go. The death of Superman was replaced by these 4. One of them was evil. Actually, 2 of them are evil.
2 of them were evil, yeah.
Yeah, the one in the middle and the one at the end. Or the second
There's 2
one.
in the middle.
Yeah, okay, the second one. The cyborg was evil.
Cyborg looks evil.
Yeah, and Eradicator's pretty evil
What
too.
about for people who don't know which one Cyborg Superman is?
He's the second one
One that
after
looks
Superboy.
like Terminator.
Yeah, he's the second one, and the guy at the end is the Look at the Eradicator's neck. He's got like that old man turkey neck.
Yeah,
Like that would be the scariest.
That straining that like Rob Liefeld inspired.
That's a-
Yeah, I don't.
right?
It looks like old man turkey neck.
It's a gobble.
Like an
Yeah.
old man's foreskin.
And
Shaquille O'Neal.
you went there, did
Yeah.
you, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, and
He's the only one that didn't really survive, because I mean, Steel's still around, and Cyborg Superman is still around in some incarnation. Superboy's still around.
no, Superboy's not.
I thought Connor Kent's still around.
No, he's not.
No?
No.
Okay.
All right. So, but you know what this means? If the Mansbridge replacement goes the same way as the Superman replacement did, in 6 months, we're gonna see Peter Mansbridge back with a mullet. There you go.
That's
Did you
fantastic.
Photoshop that?
Well, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Well done.
That's actually
yeah.
him
That's
from
convincing.
the 80s.
That's
Yeah, that was
That actually is pretty good. It took me a minute.
that was
Like
him in his
Ricky Martin
rocker
came
days.
out and Peter Mansbridge went for the.
It's when he was doing
jumped on the
airport
bandwagon big
announcements
time.
up in the Yukon or something.
Yeah, that was him. Party in the front. What was it? Business in front, party in back. Yeah. All right.
That first picture though totally looked like Power Rangers. The only thing
did.
missing there was like Zord.
Yeah.
There's all you need is
there's no
Alpha,
Tommy.
Alpha and Jason.
There's no Tommy.
There's no Jason. There's no Alpha, but
That's right.
there's Zordons there, and
Yeah.
you know
That's
they're all there.
So they're all different colored
Jason comes
Rangers?
in after. He's like a third season.
Yeah.
It's a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Green Ranger. That was a strike in the first season because it was like 28 episodes in the first season.
Wow.
I know
You're really
that.
on that.
I did.
Okay, I'm glad you know that.
Power Rangers. All right, can I come back to your camera, Ed?
Yeah, you can come back to me
All
now.
right.
All right. Okay. Yeah, this does look like a bit of a board meeting.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the funky look we were looking for.
It's more like a police lineup.
Meeting of the
Yeah.
minds.
Well, next
Isn't
week
it
it'll be
one of
different.
Those, like James Bond style villains where you never see the person's full face.
Oh, like Dr. Claw from
Or
Yeah.
you could be Wilson from Home Improvement.
Either that or a really high tech mind.
fucking Gadget, man.
All right. Okay. Something happened this week that I felt like the first human being to look through a microscope and discover there's an entire world there you didn't know anything about. This week on Leanna's Twitter, there was a math fight.
Huge
What?
A huge math fight.
Huge
Yeah.
math fight.
Now, what occurs in a math fight? No, they don't sharpen their slide rules into shivs. Instead, apparently they war with each other, arguing about math. So, Leanna, why don't you explain a little bit about this?
This has been going on for like a day and a half now. I saw this thing on Facebook that made me go, oh God, nothing is sacred. And it's a image, I have it here, of an Android phone on the left, I think,
Yeah.
and a Casio, an actual calculator. You know those things people used to
I
have
used to use that in high school.
on the right, and you'll notice that it's the exact same formula, and the Android phone and the Casio calculator are getting two different answers. And you'll see I put primal scream in my brain because there is no definitive correct answer to this problem. There's an ambiguity in the nomenclature of the formula
Words.
that means words that means a computer programmer will insist the answer is 9. Someone with a math degree, like somebody who does classical mathematics, says it's 1.
But bedmass, you do the brackets first.
That's right.
Yes.
Order of operations.
2 plus 1
No.
is 3.
Not anymore.
That's
What?
true.
Not anymore.
Is this new math horse shit?
It's not
Millennial math.
Are
New.
the
It's not new. It depends on how you interpret the formula.
Bedmass.
Yeah, but bedmass fails at this moment because the 2 is outside the bracket, and so some people say, "Oh, that means you."
It's multiplication.
Multiply.
But B
But
is still.
it's division, then multiplication, left to right.
Yeah, I
So-
have left to right. Fuck. I'm
Yeah.
screwed. Like,
So
I'm an
there's-
art student.
there's-
so this-
So
Math
the
is
answer should be
really-
6.
There's
come up
really
with our-
no correct answer, but people came to blows.
This is all I remember from high school is bedmass
And
because it involved the word bed.
It's not even called bedmass around the world. There's bodemass in places and pedmass.
Oh, fuck, I-
So instead
Pedmass.
of brackets, they say parentheses in the U.S.
What about Christmas?
So-
Yeah, brackets. Well,
That's what we
that's
say in Italy, too.
synonymous
Yeah.
though, so it still makes sense.
See, already, Ed, do you feel the tension in the room rising? Like, everyone's like, why is nothing sacred?
I got no.
No, what I'm feeling is that people are very confused.
Yeah,
Just-
it's very,
Okay.
and I put this up just thinking, oh, how interesting, right? How interesting that there is no firm correct answer. But oh wow, this one guy from Japan completely lost his mind, insisting that the answer was 9, could only be 9, could never ever be anything else. Computer programmer, of course, and all these guys with PhDs in math were trying to convince other people that no, it actually is. Like MIT has put a thing on this, Duke University has put a thing on this. It is an ambiguous equation. You either have to put brackets around one, you have to add
Google
either
must be
additional
right.
brackets or like write it in a different way so it's 6 over.
Okay,
two
here's another
brackets.
question. Here's another question
Yeah.
that I used to ask often in math class. Who the fuck needs to know this?
Do you need a hall pass now, Ed?
Yeah.
Do you need to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I never needed a hall pass. I was thrown out all the time.
But this is really important.
No, I don't think this is important at all.
It actually is in a couple ways because one, you have to be, nothing. People who say, oh, math, there's no ambiguity in math. No, there is. It's an important kind of metaphor for communication that never be so certain that something is obvious or that you are being
I
completely
thought
clear.
math was universal.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
circumstances where the numbers do lie.
It's not. It's not.
That's
yeah.
how Jeff Goldblum infected the aliens in Independence Day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
Dave
I-
McCall. Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
I
McCall.
said I started the Geth War because there's this video game called Mass Effect where a war breaks out among this like alien race of robots over different interpretations of an equation. And so we basically found the Geth virus that started the Geth War.
So when you put that up, would you say that the response is multiplied?
Oh, it was a device
There's a
division.
great-
Yeah, did you say there was a
division,
divide between both camps? Yeah.
Was it in brackets?
If I could
Would it-
sneak Pythagorean theorem into that, I would give myself a pat on the back.
But
Yeah.
it's interesting how many people just went to Google, who of course makes Android, and put it in Google Calculator, and Google spits out 9, and then people say, "Oh, that must be the right answer." So
Yeah,
now
that's
people
what
are
Chris
turning
said.
over-
Yeah,
people
because
are
Google
turning
is
over
always accurate. It only gives you access to the most accurate information.
Yeah, but it's like turning over our thinking to machines, and that's why it's important. Because if somebody
Is this Skynet?
Skynet.
well, more like Y2K. Like
That
if-
didn't happen though.
But
That
if
was-
you've got
that was a
different
big hoax.
devices,
A while ago.
But if you have different devices interpreting a formula differently, then you have an issue. If you intend for a machine to give you an answer of 1, and you actually put in something that is, 9, you're gonna have issues as well.
Stock
Okay,
market
so
and stuff.
how often would this be used by anybody anywhere?
Well, the standardization for computers is the 9 answer because you can't do.
Who
sort of
uses
giant
this?
fraction. But
Who
computer
might use
programmers-
this in a computer programmer?
Computer programmers. Yeah.
All right, so that's why they lost their shit.
I
But
was
it-
kind of waiting to see if Terrence Howard was in on this. Terrence Howard thinks 1 + 1 does not equal 2.
He's an actor.
Yeah, but
Who
he's
asks you for math?
but he's one of the only people in this world who's like, yeah, no, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
What does it equal?
I don't know. He's like 2 point decimal something to the exponent. I don't know. He's
Is he one of these assholes who says it's 11?
Something like
1 plus
that.
1 is 11?
something ridiculous like that.
Okay,
He's
okay,
hysterical.
so lessons, don't get Cliff's Notes on math from Terrence
No.
Howard.
That's-
But
do
Ed,
not.
there's another issue with this as well
Oh?
when it comes to standardized testing.
Oh,
Which,
when you
know-
test computers, they'll have different
No,
answers?
no, no. When you test students, like we have standardized testing. We have it here. It's all over the U.S. It's a major issue. But for something like this, you never get like I object to this grading. And so if whoever makes the test puts something ambiguous like this and kids try to solve it, schools could be, depending on how they taught math at that particular school, schools could actually be docked points because a standardized test grader somewhere insisted the answer was 9 when it could also be 1. And that can have, one answer one way or another shouldn't make a huge difference, but still, since schools have, pretty dire consequences if they don't get these standardized test scores right, this can be serious because people don't think there's any ambiguity in math, and so stuff like that happens. There is ambiguity in mathematics. Human error, PEBCAC over BEDMAS is.
Sorry, I was just looking at the
So who
pattern
the
here
fuck's-
on the ceiling.
Who the fuck?
Pretty interesting.
This created a war.
I just,
So who the fuck found this equation and this problem, and where does he live so we
Is
can
that
egg his
particle
house?
It's
board?
actually been booting around since about 2014.
yeah, it's particle board, but look at the pattern. It's like a nice pattern in the
All
particle
right,
board.
Ed.
You.
I wonder if there is any actual mathematical formula that predicts the patterns in particle board. Is that possible?
Oh, Gianna's
there's
got
gotta be
the-
some-
Gianna still has Dr. Fart from last week.
No!
Fibonacci sequence of some kind.
No, that was the Dundas
That was the
Carla.
burger.
Oh, that was Nick.
How are you
That was Nick.
gonna hit the tandoori in that burger?
So here's the thing. You know the number of times that I was in math class and the teacher said I got a wrong answer? I said, no, it was right. So in essence, I could have also been right. I could have been right just as right as Mrs. Brearley.
Probably
Breer.
not.
No?
No,
Maybe.
probably not.
Okay, well, here's the thing. People freaked out over that equation. What about this equation? This equation.
This thing you sent me?
Yeah, I sent you this equation. What about that? So can you figure it out with that? 3 times 2.
Well,
6.
this isn't an
It looks
equation.
like a plane ticket.
Nine
Are we
YC,
going
4A.
Toronto
Where are
to
we going?
Toronto to?
That's an equation. It's got the brackets and everything. Lonnie's bedmass
Well,
shit.
yeah, this is one of those things.
There's
do
no
we
common
multiply-
denominator on the integer.
Is it 18 YZ, or is it 6? Not 6 multiply 9 YZ. Which is it?
Well, actually, what it is if you say it out loud, you can run at super speed.
Oh.
Yes, because this is the code that Johnny Quick, the speedster
Oh,
from
nice.
the 1940s, would say out loud,
Nice.
and he could set it out loud, and it allowed him to run super fast.
And obviously
Wow.
he feels much better already.
Yeah, just as soon as he says it.
So creating equations like this allows you to dress in that manner.
Yeah.
So
and he
that
just came from washing dishes.
Looks like he's got a hickey on his neck.
I was just about to say that.
There's so much.
so
going
this
on
equation
No, I think
lets
it's
it run
lipstick.
faster. That other equation just turned that guy into an asshole.
there. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. Okay.
Take on Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so another thing that came up, just came up today as we were leaving to come down here, on the new Star Trek series Discovery. they're not allowed to say "my God" as an exclamation.
We didn't get the story for this.
It doesn't matter. I'll make up as I go.
But can they say, damn it, Jim?
Well, they're not allowed to say "my God" because it goes against the beliefs of Gene Roddenberry.
So they say.
So they say.
So say we all.
He's posthumously fucking
Because
with
Gene Roddenberry was like an atheist.
What the
So
fuck?
now in Star Trek Future, you
forest?
cannot say "my God." You know, the thing is that Gene Roddenberry also liked to have threesomes with Nurse Chapel and some other woman. Does that mean they should be having those on Star Trek all the time? Should that be the normalized relationship on Star Trek, is constant threesomes?
Yeah.
He was also very, very fat. Does that mean everyone on Star Trek should be fat? It's supposed to be Star
Well,
Trek.
Kirk got fat and Data got fat somehow,
Yeah,
even though
Data
he's a
got-
robot.
Well, because Data's actually not a robot. He's an
Brett
actor.
Spiner.
Android.
Oh wow, there's an article now refuting the other article. The writers' room is disagreeing with the Entertainment Weekly article that said they're not allowed to say God, but they realized that they have said God quite a bit in Star Trek, and so now they're saying there's a disagreement within their staff.
Is Anthony Scaramucci involved in any of this?
I think we should just send that math problem to the writers of Star Trek. And
Yeah.
watch them
By the
fight
way,
each other.
the coolest thing about Star Trek, Lonnie, go over to that couch over there. No, the other couch.
Coolest
Back
thing
there.
about Star Trek is that it's Star Trek.
No, go get it. You see this? Okay, there. There. The gun. The gun.
So,
All right, bring it here and show it.
what is this?
This is cool. This. I have this little treasure. This is cool. It's
at
the
that.
Star Trek tracer gun.
Did you
Ooh.
pull this story just so you could show an old toy?
This is not an old toy. Show some damn respect.
Collectible.
This is look at the old NBC logo.
And it still
This
has
is-
the original
William
packaging.
Shatner's on it. Social justice warriors are going to be angry at us.
Look at that. Are you guys old enough to remember these tracer guns?
We gotta get the
Oh, yeah.
Flippanut in here too. Get Fonzie in the mix.
Yeah, get Fonzie in the mix. This is cool. This was the coolest Star Trek product ever. Because, remember that episode where they shot plastic discs at the bad guys? Don't you?
Yeah.
You remember that episode? This is very, very cool. And it is from my personal collection.
Wow.
But you're not
great
getting any
intro.
enjoyment
See on the
out of
back.
it because it is
I'm getting
still
plenty
in
of
the
enjoyment out
package.
of it. Yeah, look, there's a little fella on the back using it to shoot. Okay, if he was
Is that-
shooting at anything, it would not knock anything over.
What is
Spring
that
loaded, or
stain
is it-
on the
how does that
package,
work?
Ed?
I really enjoyed this thing.
The first day he got it.
You were leaving
I
me
was
there.
touching
You
it.
were leaving me. It wouldn't be
When the marriage was consummated.
There you go.
There you go.
But look at the way he's shooting cans.
All I can see is the stain.
I know,
That's
me
right.
too now.
Something
They're
she
a
can't
couple.
unsee.
See
They're
the
a couple.
cans? So
Oh.
the thing about the cans is, if you ever use one of these things, it would not knock over a can. It would not knock over an empty cup. It might knock over an old person, but I wouldn't recommend you use that.
Yeah.
It is like, it doesn't have any force. And the reason I didn't take it out of the package is because I have ones that are out of the package, and it becomes aggravating because then you can never find the damned discs.
It's like
Wait,
the precursor
you
to
have
Nerf.
2 Star Trek guns. One out of the package and one in the package.
This
of
is
the
classic. Look,
package.
it's mint in package.
You are never,
Mint.
ever allowed
It's
to
actually
make fun
called-
of Trek
Bit of a
fans
stretch.
again.
It's actually
man.
This
called
is-
mint
You are
on card.
outed.
This is a collectible. It's an investment.
What's
What
it
are you gonna
worth?
Sell it?
What's it worth? I don't know. You got the computer. Go look on
Less- no,
eBay.
it depends on who made that stain.
That's
It
right.
could be worth a lot
It's
less.
Gene Roddenberry.
or
Roddenberry during the
more,
film.
yeah.
No, it was.
It was from Nurse Chapel.
You
Yeah.
spocked all
Nice
over
one.
it. Thank you very much.
I don't know. Someone has to sniff it and find out whose it was.
Lonnie should do it.
I think it's actually George Takei.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it might have been George's.
Oh,
That's
a disc
alright.
fell out. A disc
Oh.
fell out.
Oh, look! You broke my damn thing. You ruined it.
Disc
You
fell
broke
out.
it.
Worthless.
Well,
You
here's
busted it.
It's worthless.
discs.
Why don't you busted it now? You ruined it.
Never mind looking it up on eBay. It's not
Yeah,
worth
look at
it.
you ruined it. You son of a bitch. You know what? I've
Best
had
part of
that
that
in
shot
perfect
now is
condition.
Lonnie's
Oh
shirt.
yes, it
Yeah.
was perfect.
Animal broke the gun.
It was
Look at that. Go put it down somewhere safe, away from you. And there's a
I
book
might
there.
do
Get,
that.
bring me the book.
There's love stains on this
That's
one
not
too.
his book.
Bring it over.
What?
Very, very-
Isn't it?
Those aren't mine.
Lowney?
L-A.
This is when Star
L-A-U-N-Y.
Trek, by the way, started to go batshit. Can you show you that?
Fucking A, I have that.
Is that
The-
official?
What is that?
The
Oh,
Starfleet Technical Manual
Oh,
from
boy.
like the
Cool book, though.
1970s.
Are the pages stuck together?
I don't know. Flip it open. I don't know.
Is that the one that shows how all the Alpha
do you really enjoy it as well?
What's this?
I don't know. There's like stuff in it.
it
It's a technical manual for stuff
Yeah.
that doesn't exist. It's all a bunch of bullshit. This is when Star Trek started to go crazy. When they started to actually pretend that this shit was
1976.
real. And they all of a sudden, everything had to have a basis for it. So they started going in and showing you how the technology works, which doesn't exist. This is when shit started, it went from being something really fun to being something pathological.
Really? I think this is kind of cool.
I have blueprints to the original Battlestar Galactica. Those are cool because it never let anybody to say that this stuff's going to eventually be actual science.
No debate.
This went from cool.
You know,
to
you can
just
actually get a
freaking
Rosetta
weird.
Stone to speak Klingon. There actually is a Klingon
Yeah, there
Bible,
is. There
and
is.
it's like a religion on its own now. Which,
Kaplov.
yeah, you know what? It's pretty badass. Star Trek is awesome. It,
Oh,
it
cool.
beats all the other star anythings.
Oh,
to
now we're starting
smithereens.
another
Oh, that's a load of bullshit.
Smithereens.
Star Trek,
Star
the
Trek was
original
the best.
series
You
was
can't
good.
compare them, man.
Everything after that is preachy and universalist.
And becoming increasingly more like Star Wars.
Well-
4 or 5 spin-off shows, like 13 movies. Like, it's the biggest franchise of all.
Janeway,
And
though.
No, it is not the biggest franchise of all
It
because it
is.
never made as much money as Star Wars, which is much better than Star Trek. Because Star Wars fans, unlike Star Trek fans, don't think Star Wars is going to become real one day.
Star Wars just put out a
Enterprise.
shit ton of toys, and Star Trek didn't.
Yeah,
Well,
merchandising
but
rights.
give
That was
Star
smart.
Wars time.
Do you
There'll
know-
be 13 shows on TV
I
at
know-
the same time.
Yeah, you know why? You
I
know
had
why
Enterprise
Star
when
Wars
I was
put
a
out
kid.
toys and Star Trek didn't? Because people wanted to buy Star Wars toys, and there was no real demand for Star Trek toys. That's why.
Unless it shot discs out of a
That was
card
cool.
packaging. Ah, okay,
That
whatever.
was cool.
Okay,
That-
you've already let yourself out of the closet.
Yes, Gianna.
Where do you fall on the debate where the Enterprise could defeat the Death Star?
The chat wants to know.
Oh, the Death Star would pulverize
Wouldn't take long.
the Enterprise.
Wouldn't
No
it-
way!
they'd see
It
it coming
takes
a-
so long for the Death Star to fire up.
They'd see it coming a mile away.
You're gonna have 100 photon
They'd have the
torpedoes on the
tractor
side of
beam
that
on
You know
thing.
what? The Enterprise's phasers have about as much effect as those discs that come out of the gun. All right, it doesn't do anything. The Death Star, once it got its beam concentrated, it would destroy the Enterprise in a second.
Doesn't even need a full charge.
It also had defense
Wait,
systems.
wait, stop, everyone stop! I'm having this discussion.
Yep.
Yep.
No, this
Oh,
can't
stop,
happen.
stop. Yeah.
Quickly, I need to fly backwards around the world like Superman and make it like this never happened, and I never had this discussion.
Peter Mansbridge.
What are we gonna fight about now?
Scooby-Doo ending.
Yeah.
Who's stronger, Superman or Thor? When are we gonna know this can't happen?
This is
It's at
devolving.
Happening.
No.
1 or 9 it. 1 or 9.
Devolving quickly.
1 or 9.
What?
7
1
of
or
9.
9.
7 of 9.
7 of 9, definitely.
What are you
Figure in
asking me now?
1 or 9, the calculator phone.
We're going backwards.
We're going backwards.
We're going
One or
backwards.
nine.
Oh,
We're
1 or
just
9.
fucking with
Okay, I went a little
You
further
said you wanted
backwards,
to
so
go back
before
in
we actually
time.
talked about that.
We're going
That's
back to the
why
equation.
further ahead of
You
you.
went back when this was comics?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Johnny Quick. There you go.
Deep breath.
Now, if you're a superhero and you want to impress women, your name, Johnny Quick, probably not going to get you a whole lot of dates.
But wait, there's a Jessie Quick.
Johnny
too.
flagging erection.
Jesse Quick is Johnny Quick's daughter.
Yeah.
Johnny, quick.
So-
what about
She's
Flash?
quick too, I guess.
Yeah, Flash is not ideal either
Something
for a
else
name.
you don't want to be presenting to them.
All right. See, a guy named Johnny Quick wouldn't get his money's worth at a whorehouse.
Yeah, but nobody in comics has an especially, good name.
Superman, that's a great name.
Well, who
Yeah,
wants
but
to
he
walk
can't
around
come.
called Jonah Hex?
Well, that was his actual given name, Jonah Hex.
Yeah, but you think you're in for it in life when your last name is Hex.
But
Well,
Luke
he was
Cage.
kidnapped and tortured by natives who screwed up one side of his face. I think his last name is the last of his concerns.
Yeah, but it
Poor
kind
Jonah.
of gives you a perspective on the world when your last name is Hex.
All right. Anybody out there on the chat whose last name is Hex, feel free to. You know what I love?
Give
Is
it
there
a-
are people whose last name is Schmuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have one
What's
that is
what's that mean? What is that?
Schmuck?
Yeah.
Schmuck
Squirrel?
literally means penis
Squirrel?
in Yiddish, but it's in regular use it means like an idiot, a moron.
Right.
Yeah, and there's somebody named Schmuck. I remember reading a story about a
about
nun
squirrel?
whose name was Margaret Schmuck, and she was angry
Squirrel?
that people laughed at her name.
Is that how you pronounce that?
What are you laughing at there, Jetta?
There's somebody's last name Squarok. Squarok? I
What?
guess that's how you pronounce it.
SK.
SKWAROK.
The fuck does that have to do with anything we're
I
talking
don't know.
about?
It was a
Weird
weird
name.
last
Well,
name.
I mean, so many names now. It used to be fun, like Cocker.
Joe.
That's kind of funny now.
Cockburn. Or Coburn.
Yeah, Bruce Cockburn.
Cockburn.
Yeah.
And then there's
That's
Dick Assman.
what happens to Johnny
Dick
Quick.
Assman is dead
Or
now.
the sports guy Dick Pound.
Dick Pound.
Dick
Yeah, Dick Pound, yeah.
Everybody manages to say
When
that
your
with
name
a
is
straight
Dick
face.
Pound, call
I
yourself
don't know-
Richard.
I don't know why he doesn't go by Richard, whatever, but Dick Pound. He was the head of the IOC for a while. Yeah.
If he had a twin
right,
brother,
right,
would they be
right,
known as
yeah.
Dick Pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of pounds of
or
dick.
Dick's Pound.
Somebody in the chat is
Like
saying
attorneys
that
general.
Yes, Jetta, you have the floor.
somebody's mother worked with a guy named Harry Hole.
Oh,
In Edmonton.
We got to that. Yeah, I have that written down to talk about. There is a guy in Edmonton who's like this respected councilman or something. His name's Harry Hole. I know.
Amazing.
His name is like his face is like in bronze in
Yeah.
like, the local stadium and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've been meaning to bring this up week to week, but I forget.
Yes, Edmonton.
We'll save it, and so the week when I've got the actual plaque photograph, we'll talk about
We're-
Harry Hole.
When we're in Edmonton, we do like a pilgrimage to the brass plaque of Harry Hole because Ed was like, his name's Harry Hole.
That's great.
Couldn't pull me away from that thing. I was there for about an hour,
Yeah.
just laughing. It's like seeing those things that say they're filled with nut butter.
So you spent an hour at the Harry Hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent an hour staring at Harry Hole.
Staring at ankle
Yeah.
deep.
Couldn't pull you away.
Be
huh?
careful when you stare into the Harry Hole.
Elbow
Lest the
deep.
Harry Hole stare into you.
Were there any Klingons?
Oh!
Actually, there were. We were there for a science fiction convention.
All right. Speaking of science fiction, there's a show on. It's on space in Canada, sci-fi in the U.S. It's called Killjoys, and it's one of those shows that I like because it's science fiction that you do not need to be some kind of science fiction nerd to enjoy. In fact, I bet science fiction nerds don't like it because it's more space adventure. It's not that accurate about lithium questions. It doesn't. It's the science isn't the most important thing.
Did they make a manual?
Right.
No, they didn't make a manual about their ship. The most important thing is the characters, the relationship between the characters, and the adventures, which are pretty damn cool.
And the dialogue's pretty sweet.
and the
too.
dialogue. What's your favorite line?
He's the dickiest dick who ever dicked.
Yeah, that-
My favorite line on the whole series.
yeah, you don't hear that on the bridge of the Enterprise. So it's a really fun show, and Leanne and I happen to be invited to the set of Killjoys.
No way.
To talk to the cast, and the main one of the main guys, the most recognizable person, is Aaron Ashmore, who's a Canadian actor. He's got a brother, Sean Ashmore, who you'll also recognize because he looks like Aaron Ashmore. So I went to the set and spoke to them. And in this, the clips are courtesy of Space, the Space Channel, except where I had to steal them from Sci-Fi. Okay, take a look. Steal them from. Here I am with. Well, I think it's Aaron Ashmore.
You get a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, for all I know,
Yeah.
it's your brother and you're punking me.
Well, not this time, but it has happened before.
All right, what, to me?
Well, you'll never know.
No, now I'm freaking out thinking of every time we met before. Thank God that was only once.
You'll be questioning it. You'll be questioning it for life.
Well, here's the thing. You don't occupy that much of my thinking. So don't flatter yourself.
Likewise, my friend.
All right, this is starting out really well. Have you ever, got really hungover, called Sean and said, look, I can't make it to the set today. Can you just show up and do my lines?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't want to commit to that too much, but
No secrets away. All right, so what was it like working with Kevin Bacon?
fantastic.
Yeah?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I actually, that wasn't me, Ed. That wasn't me. I can't tell if you're serious or not.
Oh, that was.
Oh, I
that was
know.
your
I know. You
brother.
feel terrible. I know. I know.
Oh, now you guys are bounty hunters. So you're kind of like the fall guy in space.
You're dating yourself with the Fall Guy reference there, Ed.
What do you mean? You understood it, didn't you?
What?
So what can we expect to see from your character? I mean, you're going to get Magog eggs in yours. Oh, no, that was Andromeda. What are we going to see? What kind of stretches and growth are we going to see in Johnny?
Well, I think he went through some pretty heavy stuff at the end of season 2. I think he's going to grow up a little bit. Not that he's going to lose his sort of sense of humor and his naivete, but I think he's going to be more, a little bit more grown up, slightly more cynical, just an edge, I think, a little bit of that. But I think it'll be interesting to see because it makes sense. If you went through all that stuff, you'd be a little bit jaded in that. So I think just a little bit, he's going to be a little more grown up, I think, would be the way, yeah.
So, do you do your own, like, you do the fight scenes? Like, you enjoy doing the fight scenes? You ever been hurt during a fight scene? Would you like to do a fight scene right now?
With you? Yeah, a little bit. You keep it up, Ed. We might get into it. You know what? It is a lot of fun. Obviously, we have amazing stunt doubles. I'm not going to take the credit for doing the fighting and stuff, but we do get to do a lot of it and sort of block it out. And it's a skill set, so it is fun to learn. And I'll punch you right in the face, Ed, if you want to try something like that.
Well, you try to, anyways.
You're quick. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. You're right.
Very,
I don't want to
stiff.
embarrass myself by swinging a miss
Well,
here.
any further, anyway.
I know.
So, did you know this show was going to go in a science fiction series in the animated thinking Star Wars? You're thinking, how well is this going to go?
Yeah.
Here we are going to season 3. I should ask, are you surprised? But it's a good show, so you're not surprised. But then again, good shows don't tend to do very well these days. It's a good show, it's smart, it's funny, and those are some strikes against it.
Yes, but you know what? There is when you do sci-fi stuff, it's like you do never know. But I think that the scripts were really, really strong, and I think one of the awesome things about this show is the world building. Also, 10 episodes, it like flies. You know, there's not a lot of filler. There's not a lot of room to repeat things. So I think it really drives the story forward, and I think that's a big bonus. But you never know. You never know when you get on a show. But I was a big fan of it from when I read the pilot, and to me, it just keeps getting better and better and better. So let's hope we can keep going.
That's the direction you want to go, better and better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it winds up being like the following.
Hey!
Wasn't your brother's fault. He did a fine job.
He did.
So it might have been you some days, I don't know. Do you think that, you know what, there's so few roles for Canadian actors. Do you think it's a bit unfair that there's like two of you, like there's only one face between the two of you, but because there's two of you with the same face, you get twice as many roles. Don't you think that if you have like, if there's one face per like role in Canada, like do you think you're eating up the roles from people? Did I express that correctly?
You know, it was around the bend there, but I think I got it. No, it is what it is. It's a competitive industry, and you know, I think a lot of time it's like, you know, we just plug in, you know, young white guy, you know. So that's the role that we fill. I don't think that we're stealing anybody else's roles because we look the same.
Sorry, I got stopped on the young part.
Sorry, yeah, that was 10 years ago. That was
yeah, that's right.
I am the greatest man who ever lived.
Did you like the tan? You like the tan?
Yeah, I like the tan. Yeah.
George Hamilton. I said I want to look like George Hamilton this year.
Really? And I was dating myself with the fall guy.
Oh, come on.
All right, so listen, by the way, put me on the spot. I was trying to pitch to Adam, by the way, that you come up with a scene where maybe I'm on, like, you know, in the bar, they're playing a show, and I'm on the TV.
I love it.
Yeah.
What did Adam say?
Adam said
not so much.
The same kind of patronizing.
Yeah, perfect. Well, that's what we were told. That's what we were told to just, you know, smile and shake our heads.
That's a good actor.
Hey, yes, exactly. Hit your mark and bark.
All right, so this has been me with my buddy Aaron Ashmore. We should see each other again every 10, 12 years.
It would be wonderful.
You haven't aged that much in 10, 12 years, by the way.
Well, it's the makeup. I told you, there's a lot of makeup on today, so.
Yeah, you didn't return the favor saying I haven't aged much.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on, because a couple weeks ago, yes, Gianna?
Sorry, we just need to give a shout to Rich Bedou.
Who?
I mean Bedou.
Rich who?
He's the drummer, was the drummer for Finger 11.
I got it,
Okay,
thank
you
you.
got it.
He's the drummer from Finger 11.
I'd heard that somewhere. Yeah, all right.
And Santa Sonia.
Santa Sonia.
He actually works on some of the locations for the show. Actually.
Hi, Rich.
Oh,
Hi,
really?
Rich. How
Hey,
you
man.
doing?
Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Nick's a big fan.
I remember interviewing Finger 11 like so many times back in the day. It was almost like, who's here today? Oh, Finger 11, did they clock in? Yeah, what do you have?
I saw their first live show.
Good for you.
As Finger 11.
All right.
Nice.
What were they before that?
They were the Rainbow Butt Monkeys.
I like that name better.
Best
They were the
name
Rainbow
ever.
Butt Monkeys.
I don't know why they changed their name from Rainbow Butt Monkeys.
Yeah,
Rainbow Butt Monkeys. I don't know. Like,
Finger 11.
it's a great, funny name. Maybe it was difficult to market, but Finger 11, it sounds like a charge that like being with kids or something like that. It's like, you know, it sounds like something somebody did and got arrested.
Sounds like one hell of a finger blast.
All right. Okay.
So anyways,
So a big shout out to the guy from Finger 11. What's his name again? What's his name?
Rich Bedou.
Rich Bedou. Okay.
Thanks for watching, bud.
Yeah, thanks, Rich. All right. Now, a couple weeks, maybe it was last week, we were talking about Leanna's phobia. About not being able to eat things that look like things. This came up in the manner of discussing the Tic Tacs, which look like Minions.
Oh.
Which, by the way, after the show, Leanna took and hid because she's afraid we would do
Still
something
have
with
them.
them. Where are they?
Not telling.
All right. Well, get them if you have them. We can show them as the prop.
No.
All right. So what they are is these Tic Tacs, and each Tic Tac has a minion printed on it. And Leanna didn't want to eat them and crunch their little skulls. But this brings us back to another to an actual issue, which is Leanna, as we've talked about, will not eat things that look like things. Not things, but living things.
Like dinosaur.
Well, I'm not sure. I actually spoke to an actual psychologist and asked if there is an actual name for this particular thing. There is not. There is no psychological name for this. There are psychological
DSM?
names. There's a psychological name for the fear that your penis will withdraw within you. Okay? There are the most picayune, small conditions that have actual psychological names. There is no name for this particular problem.
It's furrophobia.
Furrophobia?
Yeah.
No, because
Like
not every.
furries.
What?
Can't eat anthropomorphized anything.
All right. Well, I want to do a test to determine, just so we understand, so we can show more sensitivity. All right. Let's go to the first picture. Okay. Now, does it apply? Does it apply to a jar that is shaped like something?
No, but it looks like the crackers inside might be shaped like things. Which
So it doesn't matter to you that we're eating the guts out of that jar, that we're
Scooping it.
eating his entrails and things like that. That doesn't bother you?
That's silly. The jar is not.
That's
the cookies.
silly. That's silly.
The jar
Okay.
is not the cookies. The jar is meant to hold things. So that's not a problem because. you
All right,
can hold
I'm just
cookies
trying to
out
get the
and still
level.
have The jar.
All right,
It's all
trying to
good.
get the level. Next.
It's all good.
Next.
It's all good. I do have problems with these.
Gingerbread men?
Whoa.
Yeah.
For two reasons.
Yeah. So you,
Gingerbread clones.
I like gingerbread, so every so often I'll have one and I'll bite the head off first to end it quick.
what are you, Ozzy Osbourne?
You can't make it
Bat-shaped
suffer,
gingerbread.
man. Like the idea that you'd like one leg, arm at a time.
One
like,
finger, one leg, one arm, one leg, crunch.
Yeah,
I lost
my leg in Nam.
Yeah.
I make my own gingerbread and I don't make them into people.
All right.
Because the gingerbread people have
What
become
were your
very
clones
complex.
that you made at Christmas time?
Oh,
Can you?
guys
Can
ate
you?
them, I didn't.
What about the blue whale candies? Can you eat those?
Nope.
What are
Like
blue whale
gummies
candies?
shaped
Sorry,
like.
it's
What about
caught.
gummies shaped like a Coke bottle?
That's fine.
The
Okay.
Coke bottle she can eat because it's not a living thing.
Right.
Gummy bears?
What about gummy bears?
They're
Bouncing here.
okay because they almost look like. Well, I won't
They
describe
are
it to offend
shapeless?
people, but it's sort of like
Teddy
they don't
grams?
quite have a face.
Oh,
It's sort
shit.
of like a vague approximation of the face.
There's
You
no
don't think
emotion.
about You don't think about
It
the
looks
old
like an
80s TV
embryo.
show, the old cartoon when you're. When
They
you're
don't look
watching them?
anything
No?
like them.
All
So
right.
I'm
What about
okay.
what about those
Okay.
gummy worms? They're like pretty much
Worms have no
worms.
feelings.
No,
All right.
They have
So,
five
it's-
hearts. They gotta feel some kind of.
All right. Next picture. Okay.
Whoa,
Here.
those look
It
good.
got looks like a lamb, some porpoises.
Dolphins?
When I saw
Dolphins.
this, I immediately had this
This is
thing.
fish shaped
But
like
if,
fish.
If it was
Are those
fish
fish
shaped
sticks?
like
Yeah.
fish, it'd probably be okay.
But because
Um,
it's chicken shaped like fish, it's a problem.
Is it?
Well,
Well,
okay,
it's an
I
identity
blame
crisis.
The movie The Little Mermaid for this. I could not eat fish for 2 years after that Les Poissons song. They just made it so graphic and horrible that as a kid, I was like, I can't eat flounder! And it screwed me up for life.
All right. Next.
Alright.
How about these?
No,
Dinosaurs. They don't exist
I know.
It
anymore.
says yummy right on the box.
I know.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
This was one of those things, just nope, can't.
Okay, come on. They don't exist anymore. They're all extinct.
Omega-3.
Okay, and they were
And they're
they
buddies.
were rampaging beasts.
Yeah.
They were evil rampaging
They would have
beasts.
no qualm with eating you.
I know
Yeah, that's
that,
right, Anthony.
Which mitigates. I'd rather eat these than made to look
But
like
what?
something
it's chicken breast
adorable.
with rib meat?
With rib meat?
Yeah, with rib meat, that's pretty grotesque.
I wouldn't eat it based on that.
Wait, what?
Not what they're shaped like.
Chicken
right.
breast
Ne-
with rib meat.
next.
It doesn't.
This is fine.
Oh.
It's
Is
just a
it?
picture on the box.
Wait a second, though. It's the little the little fellow, the
Yes.
little cheese. Aren't you upset
Oh, look at that. Yeah, they turned the.
Yeah, aren't you upset that they took
turned-
that guy and they graded him into the product?
Well, now that you've explained it
Or
to me, I would
melted
have
him?
a problem. But until
They
then,
put him up
this
against
was
that metal
okay.
grater and grated him until his little
Yeah,
mustache was
bits.
done and
Oh.
eyes.
You little
But it's
mustache
gluten
bits in there.
free.
And-
Well, that's good.
And
Okay,
even
so,
on the
but
box
this-
on the right, the cheese guy has been the superhero cheese guy has been grated into the cheese of the whole macaroni and
Looks like
cheese.
it farted actually.
Yes.
How much real cheese is in box macaroni and cheese anyway?
Zero.
None.
Not much.
None.
So you can
So-
eat this because the shells aren't shaped like things.
Yeah. I'm
Even though
not
that shell has a
looking
face on
at
it.
something and it's like, I am a killer.
All right, next.
Okay. I don't even know what this is, but
This is very
even
it
disturbing.
looks
available?
like something that does
Mikey
something
Mac?
bad to children.
He looks like he's
Yeah.
missing his colostomy bag
Gigantic
attachment.
orifice there
Yeah.
on the
Like
bottom.
what? What is that?
Looks like a
How'd you
dick
It's
say that?
very-
Soylent?
painted.
Soylent.
It's very
Yeah.
disturbing.
Looks like he's gonna drop something on someone's
That
It's
head.
very. He's got this alimentary canal that looks like he's been in prison.
Looks
Like it's
looks like goatee
He's
from
escaping.
the front.
yeah. It's this is just. I wouldn't eat this just because there's something disturbing about that.
That's one dude that's definitely got an innie.
Yeah. All right. But you could eat this because the actual shells weren't shaped like him.
Right.
All
He's
right.
got the face of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
He looks like somebody in Cuphead.
All right.
yes,
Next.
he does look like somebody in Cuphead.
Oopsie daisy.
What
Okay.
about
Oh.
these?
I can't eat these for a different reason. They have aspartame in them and I'm allergic.
All right. What
Wow.
about the fact that you got the buddies on there?
Wortman.
What about Soylent Green? Would you eat that?
Ah, yes.
Maybe this is, you know what?
Look, it's
I
a
would
paste.
have a problem eating
I
it.
have a problem eating these.
Yeah?
Yeah, because look at it.
Like,
They
if
don't
it was
put
like-
enough in the box.
When there's one guy there, it's one thing. But I'm figuring like now, if I eat the chocolate one, his two buddies are
Yeah.
gonna be like upset
They're having a
because their
time.
friend is gone.
Yeah.
Or if I eat the vanilla, the other two guys, they're gonna be horrified, waiting to see when they're next. Like they've anthropomorphized these things way too much for me.
Yeah.
Why do I want to eat them and possibly take away these people's friends one by one, taking them
I
away?
had the same problem. When I ate these things before, I would eat the whole row.
Oh.
I would just take the whole row out and eat it.
Because you didn't want to separate the guys from his friends.
That's right.
Somebody
Like it
called
just feels
Wortman.
it feels cruel.
And I'd even stack them so I ate them all at the same time.
It's like those serial killers who have like a number of people downstairs in their basement and they take one away screaming and the other two are really upset because their friend is gone to be killed but they're glad it wasn't them. They have survivor's guilt.
Oh.
Like this is the
Yeah,
this is the problem I have with these cookies. I wouldn't be able to eat them in good conscience now.
They're kosher.
Oh well.
There you go.
Let's
That changes
try 'em.
everything.
That's a
Yeah,
plus.
that makes it all better.
Muzzle time.
All right.
Wortman.
All right. Was there more? That's the end, eh?
No, that's
What about the
it.
what
Alright.
about the honey that comes in the bear-shaped container?
Well, that's
Because it's like drinking the blood of a bear.
That's
when
like
you're
the cookies.
guzzling the honey.
That's like the cookies in the jar though. I don't have problems with jars. I think it's because one of my favorite things as a kid was those peanut butter bear jars.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
once you're done, you got to keep the jar, and it was really cool. So I think I have like good memories of that, as opposed to like Flintstone vitamins. And
Oh, I'd
Little
eat those.
Mermaid,
Oh, those were good.
And
Those were
like,
good.
Oh, Max has
was
fine
my favorite
memories.
vitamin.
Well, I just realized that in this configuration, I can't actually go over to see our friend Max because I don't have enough cable. Hi, Max.
Max, hang it out.
How are you?
Well, I can walk over and say hello.
Okay, come on over and say hello.
Hi,
Should have some
everybody.
Max walking music. All right, here's Max. Yeah, here we go.
Those vitamins, those Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah.
I used to eat those when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they were
Look how
very-
big and strong you got.
Yeah. And how tall I've grown too. So, I mean, those vitamins were the best I ever had of anything prescription-wise.
I don't think that. Do you have a prescription for Flintstone vitamins?
Did you read what's called?
In thought,
In thought, okay. Yeah, I thought they tasted a bit like feet.
maybe they were. It did taste like feet. I never thought of that, but I just didn't care. All I know,
They were tasty feet.
yeah.
By the way, how you doing, Max?
Well, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. Any music gigs coming up soon?
Well, the only music gig I'm involved in is taking part of at a jam next Sunday.
Oh,
after
where's
the
the
long
jam?
is in Ajax.
Okay. And what will you be doing there?
Well, it's an open mic. Like I go to these open mics and you get to sign your name on something, and you get as soon as your turn comes, you get and do like 2 to 3 songs.
All right. What songs are you gonna do? Have you got your set list yet?
Well, I already got the set list in my head.
All right. What do you want to do?
Well, I was thinking about doing Johnny Cash.
Oh, which songs?
Nice.
Like his first top 5 hit, and of course, a little bit of rock and roll, some country, some blues. I mean, that's the kind of band we want to
You ever
have.
sing Torch songs?
Unless, well, I had to be different.
Okay, well, a Torch song would really be different. I'll send you a few on email.
Sure.
All right.
What is a Torch?
So where will that take place, Max? How can people find out to come see you?
Well, they can find. It's a place called the Edge in Ajax.
The Edge in Ajax. And next, not this Sunday, Sunday after?
Sunday after the long weekend.
All right, and what time?
5 till 9 o'clock.
5 till 9? Okay, good. So it's for the early bird special, folks. Okay, very good. And I hope you have a good showing.
Oh, it'll be very good.
Well, somebody's got an ego. All right.
It'll be very good.
All right, good. Well, we look forward to maybe I'll pop by and take a look, which always means that I won't. But I'd like to in spirit. Okay, thank you, Max. Keep going away there on the computer. Max is in the chat.
Yeah, but it's frozen, man. Look at this. It's frozen.
It's frozen.
Chat's not frozen.
Gotta refresh the video.
Did you end up finding out who did you have to meet last Saturday?
No.
No? Anybody
No.
call?
No, I didn't find. Nobody told me I was supposed to meet them, and nobody gave me shit that I didn't meet them. So maybe it's actually this Saturday, and it's still coming up.
Wasn't Saturday my sister's thing?
Was that the
That's
poop
probably
emoji?
what it is.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
that. It was supposed to be the afternoon. It's supposed to be early afternoon.
Oh, okay.
I remember.
Because that was then.
Yeah, no, but I remember because you said, well, you can do it, but it shouldn't interfere with my sister's thing in the evening.
Oh, that's right.
You remember that now? Okay,
I
if you
remember
remember
that
that, do you remember who the hell I said I was going to meet?
No.
And it was last Saturday.
It was me.
Oh, it was Anthony. Why didn't you
Was it?
speak up?
Oh, wait, I think it was you. I think it was you.
Well, you were here last week and you should have said something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It may have been, yeah.
It may have been Anthony.
I wanted to see if you...
It was. It
No.
was Anthony.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
well.
was. You were gonna go shoot or hang out somewhere or something. It was.
We're
so
gonna
Oh yeah, me and Anthony hang out.
Yeah, we get together.
We go hang it out.
We go
They're
book shopping.
tight. They're
Yeah.
tight.
We went to
They're
the
tight.
bookstore.
We did
remember?
go to the
We went to
bookstore.
the bookstore. That was
That's
fun.
right, we went
Well,
to a
you
bookstore.
figured it out.
Yeah. We got
Yeah,
some
now
art.
we figured it out.
We go shopping for art together at
Yeah.
times.
By the way, sorry I wasn't there last Saturday. But you were here last week,
I
and
forgot
you heard me
about
say
it.
that.
I think
You should
maybe
have
I
said
forgot
something.
about it too,
All right,
yeah.
Stevie Wonder.
My bad.
All right.
Yeah, it was some event that you said you were gonna go down.
Beer Fest
try
or
to
something.
See. Beer Fest.
Oh,
yes,
didn't go to Beer Fest. All
It was
right.
Beer
It's
Fest.
over.
That's right.
All right.
That
Okay. And so I was gonna run the interviews I did with the rest of the cast with Luke McFarlane, who plays Gavin, and with Hannah John-Kamen, who plays Dutch. But then I saw the interview Leanna did with Hannah, and determined that mine was shit. Her interview was like smart and funny and really engaged. And mine was just like flat. Because every now and again, when I'm meeting somebody for the first time and they're being fussed over by all the PR people, usually if it's a woman, I don't know how. It's hard to gauge how much how much I can kid around with them. So I lay back a bit sometimes. And I don't know. There was something about the whole environment that I figured I'd better be real nice to this girl. I don't know what the hell happened to me. I think I had a stroke. Don't worry, it was minor. But the interview wasn't. There's about a minute and a half of it I would use. Liana's on the other hand is like 13 minutes and it's good. So thanks for screwing up my confidence in my interviewing
Wait,
skills.
you went first.
I know, but then I watched yours.
You went first.
So I don't understand your point.
Well, you did the interview dick move, where the person who goes first usually gets the most time. Because the person who goes last gets shafted. They're the one that gets the rap because they need her on set. So you got to talk to like everybody on set. You went on set. The one interview I was cleared to do. Shitbag Sock goes first. And I'm sitting here going, great, like, he's sucking up all the air, this, that. And then there was this really quick turnaround, and so I'm pretty sure my mic wasn't working, and it was still a better interview than yours, Sock Boy. Suck it.
Yeah.
Suck chicken fingers that look like things.
Yeah, like dick.
Chicken fingers. I'll eat those. Yeah, they look like
Booyaka.
dolphins. Yeah, caught me drift net.
Nardwar.
Okay. There you go.
Talking about Nardwar.
I think I'll have
Scott
those
is
after the
asking
show.
if
Okay.
I've ever interviewed
All
him.
right.
Never
So
interviewed him.
we're gonna Lana. Where will people be able to see that interview?
On my YouTube channel.
Wait.
With Leanna K.
Okay, YouTube channel Leanna K. People can wait. Is it for Patreons only, or is it everyone can see it?
No, it's up for patrons now.
Okay.
And so I gave them like an advanced sneak peek. I'm probably gonna have to go back and fix the sound. That's been a theme this week. But yeah, it's up for patrons now because
All right.
patrons get.
Can we,
patrons get it. So no, now it's my plug time. After you showed me all those horrifying food pictures,
They were all
I'm still
very
kind of
yummy.
Freaked out and janky over
except for
that.
those cookies.
But so if patrons get special, the Thursday videos are only for patrons. So if you want to become a patron, I would completely appreciate the money. And you can see stuff before other people see stuff, and you can see stuff that no one else sees, but you will never see stuff that looks like other stuff because that freaks me out to eat.
Ah.
All right,
Yes.
and
On another note,
yeah.
have you ever interviewed Nardwar?
Or has Nardwar?
No,
ever
do you know
interviewed
what? Nardwar and I have never shared the same oxygen. We've
Huh.
never been in the same place.
Seems strange.
Really.
Even I've met Nardwar.
And
so weird.
And I have talked to Nardwar for over a year. I did an interview with him for his radio show about 8 months ago.
He's at West.
And I've been asking him to do an interview with me via Skype, and he's just not. He says he's just not up to it yet. But I am trying to get an interview with me and Nardwar.
You gotta work on
Do
your hip hop
diddle-oo
skills.
do.
You-
Just
you gotta
do
work
it.
on your hip hop skills.
Why?
He only like interviews hip hop artists now or something.
But I'm
Right?
interviewing him.
No.
Yeah, he interviewed me already, so and I wasn't him. So shut up, Lonnie. All right. Okay. So that may be coming up. Liana, why don't we play a clip of your interview? I understand that our audio today is a little bit screwy, but play a little bit of the clip of what people will be seeing.
Kind of quiet, so turn up the sound. But should I roll it?
Crank it up.
This
Crank
is
it
like
on up.
about 7 minutes in when it really starts getting good.
All right.
Okay. Has there ever been a point where you see a script and you go, this is actually hitting me in the squishy bits. I'm not comfortable with this.
I think that, I mean, the surrogacy episode and, you know, what Hannah does is Dutch is the voice piece of voicing the concern of the situation. So when Dutch comes into that situation and goes, why are you doing this? Break free. You can do this. That's me as well going, break free. You can do this. And that's the message, you know, that I can channel Dutch, you know. So I get, as Dutch's morals, that's the important thing, is being, you know, the world kind of centering around Dutch, is that her judgment and being wise is a good thing, because then it's a good message. Whether it happens or not, that's life, right? But what she stands for is always strong and true and good.
Now, Dutch is an embodiment for me because she's strong, but she's so sexy. I mean, you're so sexy.
I think it's all the leather jackets and things.
It's not just that, though. It's you know, the eyes and the everything.
And it's a passion, I think.
You bring this fierceness and vulnerability at the same time, but she's one of those characters, like Bo in Lost Girl, that make me realize there's this stuff that the world says women want in stories. And then there's what we're supposed to want in stories. And then there's what we create when we get to tell our own stories. And Dutch is one of those characters. The three things do not line up.
Well, she lives by her own rules entirely. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you've
Like
got a female
she's
creator as
exactly.
well.
Oh, she. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we're supposed to be these big prudes who don't like sex and want to be respected and demure and all this stuff. But the minute a woman gets the ability to make her own show,
Exactly.
there's this hugely sexual component
Absolutely.
to the heroine. And how did you come at that going, this is something that people are going to have very strong opinions about, but you have to bring truth to it?
I think definitely there was an episode in season 1, actually, that everyone had a problem about, which was the fight between Dutch and Davin. That was quite a brutal fight.
Right.
Dutch, you know, and I remember getting questions a lot, like, you know, that was quite a scene to watch, you know, a female getting hit. And I remember my response was, Dutch can kill Devon. She knows she can. She's just fighting to figure out what to do next.
All right, so there's more of the interview with the lovely Leanna and the lovely Hannah John-Kamen on Leanna's YouTube channel, which is Leanna K. It's a good interview.
Very well done, Leanna.
And if you go to the FU Network site on YouTube, I'll be putting up the interview, a very truncated version of the interview I did with Hannah and the interview I did with Luke McFarlane, as well as with one of the co-executive producers and writers, Adam Barkin. So we'll be putting all that up. What?
We can always put my interview both places if we want.
Can we put your interview both places?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put your interview both places. All right, it'll be both places. All right, we're about to close, but before we do, I have another treat of me and Aaron Ashmore. We mentioned the Fall Guy.
Turn the sound down for this one.
What? No, not at all. Crank it up.
No, turn it down.
Yeah, we during the interview I mentioned the Fall Guy, which led into this little bit. Remember the song?
No, but why don't you hum? You sound like you have a lovely voice. So maybe you can hum.
I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah.
All right, that's enough. No, that's good. That's good. I think we're good. No.
So fine. I may fall from a burning building. I may drive a crazy car.
No, not
but
sounding familiar.
I'm the unknown stuntman that made Eastwood such a star. Do. So,
That's not ringing a bell.
ringing any bells?
No, but thank you for going through the whole song, though. I appreciate that.
Okay, that wasn't the whole song. There
It
are
wasn't.
more
Well,
verses
let's
if you'd like to hear
let's
them.
stop it there.
All right,
Okay,
we'll
thank you.
stop it there. All right. So that also will be up youtube.com/FU Network.
He was so awesome, I gotta say.
Yeah, Aaron Ashmore is a very, very cool guy.
He was really good.
Yeah, way better than his asshole brother. All right, John.
Whisper.
I'm just joking
We're just
because
trying to make everybody fight tonight.
yeah, I'm just
Star Trek and Star
I'm just
Wars.
joking.
That was
Now we're trying to tear
Well,
the Ashmore
see,
family.
I'm just joking because of course I couldn't tell the difference if I was talking to Aaron or Sean. So as far as I know, both of them. I met them both at the MMVAs a few years ago. Nice young fellows. Well, years ago they were young fellows. Now they're nice fellows. Aaron Ashmore is welcome to come here and maybe cook in our kitchen anytime he wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all really nice.
Got a stir fry going.
Yeah, the whole set, they were all really nice on that set.
Yeah.
There's a Canadian set where you go and everybody's really nice. Partially they're nice because, it was me. And they were all thrilled I was there. What are you laughing at?
I was just laughing at that comment earlier. Now I just got it. When
Oh,
Max had the inflated ego. I
Good.
just got it now.
Good recovery.
I
Good
just got it
recovery.
now.
All right.
Nice.
All right, Gianna, anything else on the chat before we say goodnight?
Scott said that Leanna is a great interviewer, which she is.
Yep.
And
Booyaka.
that's about it.
All right.
What about that guy that said?
Hannah John-Kamen, for the record, is not terrified of Dark Souls fans, which I'm really surprised. One of her early roles was as this cat in this really hard video game called Dark Souls 2. And I said, you're Dark Souls fans, and she didn't go, "Huh," which some people, you kind of see them recoil from certain fandoms, but she was like, I'm not as familiar with them, but she knew what it was, and she knew the game was really hard and everything like that, and I was really impressed by that. She's super smart and really nice.
She got into a fight with a guy named Dutch. It was making me think of.
No, her name on the show is Dutch.
Well, it's kind of confusing because she plays two different characters on the
was
show now.
speaking
There's
of
Dutch
herself
and then
in,
Anila.
She was speaking of herself in the fourth person.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I'm
Whoa.
totally capable
That's
of
a
going
lot.
to third person. Anything beyond that, I'm fine.
Yeah, he stalls at third. All right.
The frustrating thing is the clips we were provided with were a lot of her as not the main character. It was this new character that was introduced, so there were these great slow-mo shots of her walking down the hallway all awesome, and I'm like, but
Which one?
I have a lot of really hardcore fans watching my content. I can't include this or I'll get rightly checked on it not being the right character. And so I'm like, damn it. What are you doing, Ed?
My camera shut down.
That's
He's on Weenusing you.
on Weenus 2.0. On Weenus 2.0.
I'm on Weenus this week. So
Yeah. Ow! What are you, a chiropractor?
Well, on
What the hell
Weenus
are you
2.0.
doing?
Never trust a
your
chiropractor.
What are you doing?
I'm
No,
here
this is
via
not
your
this is
desire.
not
Come
supposed-
back for that food shit.
This is
so.
not supposed to be happening. All right.
Your Weenus.
I'm at the sock.
Fire.
I'm nobody's puppet. Don't you be either.
Well, actually, there.
Shut up. Aloha.